Hi, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining me, for being here, and for keeping me company. Okay, guys, now look, as much as I do not want to talk about Meghan and Harry, if you are in this kind of business, you have to somewhat keep up with the others. Otherwise, you will lose out and lose subscribers because viewers do come to watch certain things, certain content. And if they don't get it, they leave. So we will be talking about Meghan and Harry a bit. Meghan and Harry at Invictus, of course. They moved on to Whistler now. There was indeed talk that Meghan would go home when they moved to Whistler. But clearly that is not the case. She is still there, still clinging to Harry, blah, blah, blah. People are complaining actually about all the PDA, Meghan sticking and clinging to Harry like Velcro. I have now had numerous people contacting me and saying I should not believe all the hype and fakery. According to the media, this year's Invictus so far had seen about 40,000 visitors already. Now, I asked around, and from the people who actually emailed me, no one has so far seen too many of that 40,000 spectators. Attendance this year is really poor, according to one of my subscribers who actually live in Canada. And according to her, she says it is doubtful that Canada will even recover half of the 35 million they had put into the games. I guess that I've seen more or less every headline there is, every article on Invictus. Okay, look, I'm exaggerating. But I had looked at just about everything I could find in about an hour's time. And after going through a couple of Canadian, British, and American publications and newspapers, and as day 3 comes to a close, I personally have not seen one single photograph of one competitor. I have no clue who won what so far. So is that what Invictus has now become? The Meghan and Harry show? Well, actually, what a stupid question. That is exactly what it is and has been for a few years. How many changes of clothing has Meghan had? I mean, we talk about 3 or 4 changes per day. Now, luckily, I've not seen much of a fuss being made about her clothes this year, except maybe for the white puffer jacket she wore during her first stop in Whistler, which she was only too happy to share that it came from Macaj, a Canadian brand. So obviously it is something she was given in exchange for merching. Merching it a little. I don't think she got much else. Anyway, it is really a nice long puffered jacket or coat. Anyway, but I mean, what a wonderful opportunity Invictus provides for Meghan to market and to merch and to get freebies. But guys, I think I sound as lackluster as the Invictus spectators because I just cannot get worked up one way or the other for this wash, rinse, repeat scenario. Every year the people complain. Every year the media complain. Every year we hear and see the same thing. Meghan and Harry clinging to each other, her wearing attention-seeking clothing. We hear people complaining about how much their accommodation, their flights, and entertainment cost. And then the next year, they do it all over again. You know what? One cannot help somebody who does not want help. There's no point in giving advice if you find that the other person is not listening. And that is how I feel. I watched the reactions of some of the veterans. I mean, they are there clearly to compete and to see their friends. I saw how some did not even clap when Harry and Meghan rode past in the golf cart. We are talking about the couple's drug use that they had admitted to themselves. And it is still my opinion that the both of them are using Bolivian marching powder, weed, Zempic, and alcohol. Amazing that Harry may not use Zempic and may have cut down on the alcohol. But I mean, who knows? They both act a little strange at times, with Meghan lately acting stranger than usual. Yet, parents still let their children hang out freely with Harry and Meghan. So it is hard to tell how much damage these two have already done. Their shenanigans made the Queen's last years extremely uncomfortable, and likely Prince Philip's last years as well. They caused Catherine's life to be in danger. They have denigrated and belittled and even slandered the monarchy and members of the royal family to the point where the almost daily headlines about olive branches and white flags have become a joke. I mean, a joke on both sides. The monarchy for not taking Harry's titles after he slandered the king, slandered the queen, slandered the next king and queen, and was even so bold to slander the entire country. I mean, we can only laugh at a matter which is actually not funny at all. I tell you what else I do not find funny. I do not find it funny that President Trump said he will not deport Harry because he has enough problems because his wife is awful or terrible or whatever. Well, it appears that all it will take for an illegal immigrant to stay in America is to have an awful wife. I mean, that's what the man said. Now, I would love to ask President Trump whether he would be prepared to say the same thing to, let's call the guy Paulo from Guatemala or Colombia or Venezuela or Mexico. Will President Trump tell Paulo he can stay because he has a terrible wife? Likely not. So why is he saying that about Harry? We don't have the results yet of his court case, but I'm willing to bet that President Trump already knows exactly what is in Harry's visa application. And in my opinion, he should not have said a word until after the judge made his ruling. This may just give the judge the green light not to release anything or so little that it's worth nothing. Anyway, we shall see, but although I think Trump can and will do a lot for America, I also think this was the most elitist one rule for thee and another for me kind of statement he has ever made. Everyone believed the people of the United States was President Trump's priority. But no, one sees that he's also bending the knee to royalty and money. Okay, guys, I'm on my merry way. I'll be back tomorrow with a longer video. But today I woke up extremely restless, so I went walkabout. And although I got this video so far, I still have not settled down. The only solution is to go and do some physical work. So like a brave soldier, I'm going to trot off grab a paintbrush and paint whatever I can find to paint. Well, after I finished the post box, I started yesterday. So there you go, my dears. Take good care of yourselves until we meet again on the next one. Bye.